Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Faye if you are new here. If you are, thank you so much for joining. If you're not new here, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you. It's been literally years since I've posted on my YouTube channel, so I thought it was about time to sit down and do a little life update, and then we can get into some fun vlogs moving forward. I have a couple filmed and a couple that I have planned to film because there's a lot of changes happening in my life right now. So welcome back to my channel. I just made myself my favorite smoothie. So grab a drink, grab a snack. Let's sit down and chit chat. First things first, this smoothie is so amazing, but let's get into it. So if you are watching this video because you subscribed to my channel years ago and you're like, what the heck? My life is totally different. When I last posted my video, I was living in Fort Myers. I was moving to Tampa. It was 2020. I was in a different relationship, and yeah, life is totally different now. I am obviously out of that relationship. I have been living in Tampa since 2020, so 4 years now, almost 3.5 years, and I met the love of my life down here, and we moved in together, we got engaged, we got married, and 4 weeks after our wedding, 5 weeks after our wedding, I found out that I was pregnant. So life has been moving really quickly for me the past 6 months. My husband, Austin, is the best thing ever. I met him at a bar in St. Pete, downtown St. Pete. If you're familiar with the Tampa area, we met at Saigon Blonde. We also got a dog. Brody, down. Anyways, my husband and I met at a bar. It was actually the craziest experience of my life because I have never met a stranger and ended up like dating them, let alone getting married, obviously. So we literally just met as strangers. We knew some mutual people and we never stopped hanging out after that. Like, we literally became best friends, and when you know, you know. That's all I have to say. If you guys want more info on like how we met and all of that stuff in that story time, it's actually really funny, but it's a story for another time because I feel like I could talk about it in a whole video in itself. But yeah, we got married in February. 3 weeks later, we ended up getting our dog Brody, which, Brody, come here. Say hi. This is Brody. He's being crazy right now. Hey, Brody, say hi to the camera. Say hi. He is a Cavapoo, and I think he was supposed to be like 12 pounds, but he must be around like 15 to 20 because he's a big boy. But I love him so much. I actually didn't even want a dog. Austin is the one who wanted the dog, and I obviously fell in love with him. I spend every day with him. Austin works 5 days a week in an office, and he leaves at like 6:30 in the morning. He doesn't get back until like 5:30 at night. So Brody and I are besties, and we spend every day together because I work from home. Anyway, so we got Brody, and a week later I found out that I was pregnant. This is another whole video that I need to make because it's absolutely insane. I feel so unbelievably blessed that I was able to get pregnant, let alone get pregnant so quickly and so easily at that. I have struggled with endometriosis my whole adult life, or I guess teen adult life. Ever since I got my period, I've had endometriosis and struggled really bad with it. I've had a surgery in the past, but women in my family have had to have multiple surgeries, have had really hard time getting pregnant. I think it took my mom like 6 years to get pregnant with my siblings and I. So needless to say, I was told my whole life that it was going to be extremely hard for me to get pregnant if I was able to get pregnant at all. And it just happened. Like, I need to do a whole nother video about that and the things that I did leading up to it, because I don't want to say like it just happened, because I did put a lot of work in before we got married to prime my body to be fertile, and hopefully, you know, all of that is the stuff that helped, and I think it did, because the situation I'm in, I really don't think would have happened without the things that I was doing prior to the wedding and everything like that. So yeah, that was a big shock to us. I actually started like documenting my journey on TikTok, so be sure to go follow me on TikTok if you didn't come from TikTok. If you haven't seen my TikToks yet, follow me over there. I do like weekly bump dates and all of that stuff, and it's just really fun. I have like a really fun community over there of moms to be, moms, just other stuff. I'm posting, you know, normal lifestyle stuff on there, but most of it is pregnancy related right now because that is my whole life at this moment. But yeah, it was a huge shock and I feel so blessed and so fortunate. We are having a baby boy and we did pick out his name, which is really funny. I'm not going to share the name just because I feel like when you share a name, everybody has opinions and we're already set on the name. We're not changing the name. We picked out the name 2.5 years ago when Austin and I first started dating. We literally started dating and the next day we went to brunch and we had a couple bottomless mimosas, went to the store and saw these really cute little swim trunks. They're like Patagonia swim trunks, and Austin was like, should we get this for our future baby? And I was like, wait, what? Like, we literally just started dating and he was like, come on, like, let's get this for our future kid. And I was talking about the baby names that I had in my phone and we settled on one and we were just like, oh, these can be for blank. And over the past 2.5 years, we've just always called our future child by this name, and we always bought clothes, and for some reason they just always happen to be boy clothes. We just always happen to say, oh, it's for blank. And yeah, it was really crazy. It was almost like we kind of like manifested this into our life right away. Also at my wedding, every single speech, my mom, my sister, even I think the best man mentioned something about having children like in their speech, which I feel like you don't, like, you might hear at a wedding here and there, but it was like very heavy on the, oh, I hope you guys have babies right away. I hope you guys have lots of babies. I hope this, that, and the other. And so, I don't know. It's just kind of crazy how everything came together and how we ended up having a boy. We're naming him the name we started calling him 2.5 years ago. It's just all coming full circle and it's really, really crazy to see. So yeah, we're still in the original apartment that I came to Tampa and moved to, and this apartment has seen so many people. So my old roommate Lindsay and I are the original tenants in this apartment, and I lived in the guest room and she lived in the main room. And when she got engaged, moved in with her fiance, she moved back down to like the Cape Coral Fort Myers area, and my bestie Sydney from Michigan moved down and she moved into Lindsay's old room because I wasn't gonna like switch rooms and do all of that stuff. It seemed like a pain. So that's when Sydney moved in and I stayed in the other room, and then Austin ended up actually canceling his lease and moving in with me. So it was me, Sydney, and Austin for a while in the apartment, and then when Sydney's portion of the lease was up, I renewed it and it was just me and Austin in the apartment, and we ended up moving into like the main room. That was a guest room. We had an office that we used as my office for work from home and partial guest room if people came to stay and visit, more than like one person at a time. So this apartment has been through kind of a lot. We've made so many memories here in the past 4 years. And when we found out that we were pregnant, we were like, okay, so what do? We really need to get a house, but everyone knows how the market is right now. Like, the market is absolutely insane, especially in Tampa. It's ridiculous. The interest rates are so high. So we had been praying for it. We had been manifesting it. We had been looking for houses every single day, using Zillow and Redfin basically as social media apps. And we found a house that was so cute. It was perfect distance. For reference, Austin works almost an hour north of here, and he has to commute 50 minutes to an hour every single day to and from work. So we love living in South Tampa. It's like our favorite thing ever. But with a baby on the way, it's far. So we wanted to be a little bit closer, but not necessarily all the way out an hour away from the city. So we were looking kind of in the middle area, and we found this house. It was so cute. We went and saw it. There was a million showings for this house. We put our offer in. They chose our offer over a cash offer because she saw us on the Ring camera and she saw that I was pregnant and I was taking a video, and I was like, baby boy can like ride his bike here and this, that, and the other. It was like on a cul-de-sac. It was so cute. And unfortunately the inspection just came back horrible on it. It turned out to be a blessing in disguise that we didn't end up going through with the house. And we started realizing like, okay, we're just gonna have to wait it out, and we're just gonna have to finish out our lease, which ends in February, and we're just gonna start nesting in here. So that's the current plan, and we've come to terms with the fact that we're probably having this baby in this apartment unless something crazy happens. So yeah, what we'll be doing now is switching the guest room over to the office, switching the office from an office into, obviously it's going to be the guest room, but I'll still use it as an office if I need to. And then the guest room, oh my gosh, I almost just said his name. The guest room will be baby boy's room. So yeah, that is like a whole thing. We have a lot to do in this apartment to get it ready for the baby, but I'm so excited. I literally cannot wait to meet him. I'm almost in my 3rd trimester, which is absolutely insane. Austin and I have only been married for 6 months, and we got married, found out I was pregnant, got a dog. It's crazy. So there's just so much happening, and it's really all super exciting stuff. But yeah, I don't even know what else to say. My camera just stopped recording abruptly. I'm not really sure why. If my memory, I don't think my memory card is full or even close to being full, but hopefully I can finish out this video without my camera messing up. I swear, as I started creating content and doing this more, especially for TikTok, the amount of technical issues you have as a content creator, I really give people props, because it's not easy. It takes a really long time. It takes multiple takes. You run out of storage, your equipment dies. This is not for the weak, I'm telling you. It seems like an easy gig, but it's really not. Anyways, now that I've filled y'all in on pretty much the big life events that have happened in my life since moving to Tampa, which has been probably the best decision of my life, I think we could get into some just like fun things of like the day-to-day that's been happening, and like how I've been feeling since pregnancy and all of that stuff. If you guys want like a more in-depth video or like a Q&A on just overall pregnancy stuff, I can do that. But I think it'd be fun to talk about how I've been feeling, everything like that, because this is by far the biggest life change that I have ever experienced. And yeah, there's the good and the bad, and I think we could talk about both. So initially, like I said, I was in total shock. I didn't even cry, which I thought that I would cry. I am gonna link the video of us finding out down below. It's on my TikTok, and it's hilarious. It was like a 6-minute video that I had to cut down and try to get everything in, and it's still like a 3-minute video. So if you have time, go watch it. It's actually super funny. I still need to put together, I'm literally almost at the end of my 2nd trimester, and I still have not put together us telling our families and like family and loved ones and our friends and everybody like that we are pregnant. But I have such good reactions from friends and family that I just need to share. They're so funny. But yeah, we found out literally when my little cousin was in town. She was visiting, her and her boyfriend were visiting for her spring break, and I was 6 or 7 days late for my period, and I was like, there's no way. But I like kind of had an intuition. Okay, so like I think Friday I was 4 days late, for something like that. I was like 4 days late, and I was like, ugh, I could take a pregnancy test. But the past couple of months, my period had been late, like 4 or 5 days. So I was like, I'm not pregnant. There's no way. There's literally no way. Like, there's no freaking way that I'm pregnant. So I didn't take a test. The next day was my sister-in-law's baby shower, and I was like, yeah, well, I'm not taking it in the morning, because if I was pregnant, I was like, there's no way I could go there just with like a straight face and talk to everybody and whatever. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. It is what it is. And I'm like, surely I'll start tomorrow. Like, I'm definitely gonna start tomorrow. Sunday came around, didn't start. That's the day my cousin got in town, all of that stuff. So I'm like, okay, if I don't start by Monday, I have to take a test. Like, this is getting ridiculous. So sure enough, Monday came around, still hadn't started my period, and I called Austin and I was like, listen, do you want me to take this alone and surprise you, yes or no, or do you want to take it with me? And he was like, I want to be there, I want to take it with you. So the second he got home from work, we took the test, and like a couple minutes before that, I remember sitting on the couch waiting for him to get home, and I was like, I really feel like I'm pregnant. Like, I don't know what it feels like to be pregnant, but like I feel like I'm pregnant and I think it's a boy. And I remember saying that to myself, and when Austin came back, I was like, I think I might be pregnant, I think it's a boy. And sure enough, we take the test. I'll let you watch the video, go watch the video after this or come back or whatever. And I'm like freaking out, I'm in so much shock, and then I go, so what do you think it is? I think it's a boy. I was like in so much shock that I was pregnant, but then I was like, wait, but I think it's a boy. So I knew right off rip that it was gonna be a boy, but I also was like, my head was saying like, oh, it's gonna be a girl, just because every single one of my cousins pretty much, and I have a lot of cousins on my mom's side, they all had girls first. So I was like, okay, surely I'm gonna have a girl first, like this is gonna happen. But no, it was a boy. And so we found out, and we had to keep it from my cousin that whole week. She was staying with us until Friday, and the whole week she was like, oh my gosh, are you gonna get pregnant soon? Like, I thought for sure you were gonna have a honeymoon baby and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. And the whole time, Austin and I are just like, oh, no, like, we're not planning on it. Like, you know, we just got the puppy. Like, we'd literally gotten Brody the week before that. And so we were like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. I think that, you know, we're gonna wait a little bit, you know, wait until after my 30th. I turned 30 in June. That was another big life update. Turned 30 in June. Like, where has the time gone? But yeah, so we just had to play it off, and it was so hard. And then my first trimester was pretty rough. I only actually got sick once, but I was so nauseous the entire first trimester. I was so exhausted. I would get horrible migraines. I don't know how people do first trimester when they already have kids, because I had a puppy and it was so brutal. It got to the point where I literally texted my friends and I was like, I don't think that I can keep Brody. Like, does anybody want him? Like, we were going to literally give Brody away, which breaks my heart now thinking about it, because he's like the love of my life and he is my baby and he's my child. But I literally, I was like, I can't do this. And nobody knew I was pregnant. So they were like, Faye, chill. Like, it's just a dog. Like, it's not that serious. Like, get over it. And I think I ended up telling my sister first, and I told her around 5 weeks. No, wait, I was 5 weeks when I found out. I think I told her a week after I found out. I was trying to get her to fly down here, and I was using Brody as an excuse because she wanted to see him as like a puppy, and I literally was gonna like buy her flight, but she couldn't come down because she was going through like transitions with work and things like that. And so I was like, oh, fine, I'm just gonna have to tell her over FaceTime, because the weekend after I told her was one of my friend's bachelorette parties, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to tell them. So my excuse for that was that I was on antibiotics and I couldn't drink. And everyone was like, oh yeah, totally understand. Like, when I drink on antibiotics, it like messes me up. Like, I feel you, like whatever. And I was like, okay, this is a lot easier than just pretending to drink. So yeah, but I needed somebody to know. And then the second person I ended up telling was my friend Kaylee, just because she was at the bachelorette party and I was not okay. Like, I was so sick. I literally thought I was gonna throw up, and I was like, Kaylee, I need you to come to the bathroom with me right now. And I was like, I wasn't gonna tell you, but I'm pregnant and blah, blah, blah. And I just started word vomiting, and she was like, I'm so sorry to like put this on you, and like, you can't tell anyone. And so that was funny. And then we told our family obviously next. So we told Austin's sister, and we told his parents, and then it sucked having to tell my mom and my brother last, but I really wanted to tell them in person. And we had planned to go to Michigan for my best friend Sydney's wedding at the end of April. And so we told Austin's parents the week before we left, and then I was able to tell my mom in person and then tell my brother in person, which was really special. So yeah, it was really hard to like keep it a secret, especially because you're so sick your first trimester and people don't understand why. And we had parties to go to in Tampa, and we had like 3 parties in one weekend, and I was able to use the excuse of like, oh, I got food poisoning, like I'm still feeling a little queasy and things like that. But I'm telling you, the first trimester, that is tough. Like, I don't know, I'll let you know after I give birth, but I don't know what I would rather not do, either first trimester or give birth. And I have never given birth, obviously, but I want to say first trimester. Anyways, first trimester was a little tough. I had a lot of food aversions, and like smells were really bad. So yeah, that wasn't fun. But then I was able to also go up and tell my dad's side of the family in Atlanta in person, which was really special. And then the second trimester rolled around, and I was able to like share it on socials, and we hit the 12-week mark, and everything was good. And by the time my 30th birthday came, it was like I had shared it, I was starting to get a bump, and I was feeling cute, and I was like, okay, like this is good. My energy was coming back, and second trimester has been honestly pretty much a breeze, other than just like the pain that I've had. My back pain started pretty early, my hip pain, just like sleeping on your side is like not the most comfortable thing ever, but I have the best pregnancy pillow ever. It's the Baby Bub, not sponsored. Baby Bub, if you want to sponsor me, I will literally rave about you all day, every day. It's the best pregnancy pillow, highly recommend. But yeah, I'm in the second trimester now, and it's just been so much better. At my 16-week mark, I think is like right when I shared it on socials. Yeah, I think around the 16-week mark is when I shared it on socials, because I was waiting to get my NIPT test and all that stuff back, and we took it a little bit later than most people do. So I wanted to be able to like talk to my work and do all of that stuff and make sure everything was good before I shared it. And yeah, we ended up sharing it around 16 weeks, and that's when I made my first TikTok. And then I started just posting about my pregnancy journey on there, and my TikTok kind of like blew up overnight. I went from like 500 followers to like 10,000 followers in like 2 weeks, and I'm just like steadily staying with that. So that's been like a fun project for me, just like creative outlet outside of work and everything like that. And that's honestly why I wanted to get back into YouTube, because I've like refound my love for creating content, and it's just so much fun to me now. And when I have the baby, I'm not going to go back to work full time. That's just something that Austin and I have always agreed on. And yeah, so just having something that's mine that I can do on my own time, and I can have a hobby and not just be mom all the time. I know from other people in my life that have had children, they're like, you are gonna need some type of outlet, and you're gonna need some time for you and everything like that. So I am really glad that I fell back in love with creating content, and if it works out that it can be a side hustle at some point, that will be so amazing. If not, I still love it, and I'm so excited to document these memories. I've been filming over the past couple of years since I stopped posting on YouTube, and I am just so mad at myself that I didn't continue posting, because looking back at the videos that I have from when I first started my YouTube channel, I'm like, oh my gosh, these are like fun to watch, and it just brings me back into the moment. And I really want to be able to document like just having this baby, and hopefully moving into a house, and all of this stuff, and just everything that comes with life. Yeah, I wish I would have started YouTube back in college when I wanted to originally, but I was too scared to. I would have had so many fun videos with my dad. I would have had so many fun videos, you know, just growing up and through everything. And I started my YouTube channel after my dad passed away, because I was like, wow, life is fleeting. Like, I want to capture these memories, and I want to have them for myself to look back on one day. And yeah, so I'm very happy to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, because it really supports my channel. Make sure you subscribe if you are new here. And I'm gonna try to be posting weekly, either day in the life vlogs or a weekend vlog or something like that. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.